And good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, Romans, and countrymen, whether you're down the street, around the
I
corner,
can't
across
hear him,
America,
honey.
or somewhere around this great big world. Thank you for tuning in to the George Love Show tonight. We are on YouTube. Let me get my dooflickies over here. Charlie was giving me instructions over here a minute ago. Uh, we are in YouTube. And if you would please hit that subscribe thingy down there and then hit the bell thingy so you can be notified when we're there. Uh, we'd appreciate that very much. And then we are into Twitch TV. And we are also, let me get this thing out of the way. Charlie going to have to give me more instructions here. Uh, so we are in YouTube, Twitch TV, and we are on the espenblog.com. So look us up right there, the espenblog.com. We are live in all three places. So do all that stuff. Look us up. Share, and put us out there and call people and tag people and do all those things that you normally do. And we will be so appreciative of that. We have a guest tonight with us out of Denver, Colorado. Yesterday, and let me put this up here. Yesterday, we had her on the radio and we did a high noon in Denver and we featured Nia Nolting's music.
Hello.
Tonight, tonight you get to see her, you get to hear her, and we're going to be playing some of her music here in
I don't
just
know what's going
a little
on.
bit.
Why won't it? I can't hear him.
She's getting set up here. Can you hear me all right, Nia? You can't hear me.
I can't hear you.
You can't hear me. Okay. Why
Maybe
can't
this is
Nia?
a.
Why can't Nia hear me? Uh, can you hear me now? No. We were doing just wonderful when we was before we came on the air. Uh,
Can't get the volume.
you, you can't hear me. You no can hear. No, no. I can hear you perfectly. Uh, all right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, Romans, and countrymen.
At all. Like, I don't know what. It just muted me.
We
Hello?
now I hear
No?
you.
You can
Yeah,
hear me?
yeah. Any
I can't.
particular?
You went away and came back. I can't hear you now.
You can't hear me now? No.
Hold on 1 second, George. Let me see. Hold on. I'm
Okay.
sorry, everyone.
We we
What is going
we
on?
talked for 20 minutes before we went on the air, and everything was working just Jim dandy. Uh, James says, Nia, we can hear you,
This is crazy, baby.
but I guess she can't hear us. That's the thing.
Still
Let me
can't
put
hear you.
you still can't hear us. We we can hear you.
Okay.
You can't hear us.
What am
Lordy,
I gonna
lordy,
do?
lordy, lordy.
Okay, wait.
It's Murphy's law, ladies and gentlemen.
Um,
You know, if it can go wrong, it will go wrong. Uh, Murphy wants to come and visit us. That's amazing. That's absolutely amazing because we we was sitting here talking for 20, 25 minutes before we went live, and then all of a sudden, Nia can't hear us. You still can't hear us. No, no, can't hear.
could
but we can hear you. Okay. Now you muted your mic. Uh, Unmute her mic. Can you can't hear us, Nia? Can't hear us. This is just okay. Let's see what happens. In the meantime, outside here on the East Coast at 8:08 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the rain is pouring down, the thunder is rolling, and the lightning is crashing across the sky. Or is it the lightning is rolling and the thunder is crashing? I don't know. But nonetheless, we're in the midst of a storm here on the Eastern Shore. Uh, we're trying to figure out, or Nia's trying to figure out what's wrong on her end. Let's do this rather than waiting. Let's see if we can do something right, and we're going to do this.
Below the watermark is where my family lives. Below the watermark is where my history is. Buried deep down in the mud, I wish so bad I could dig it up, but I'm a million miles away. I'm right here. It's an illusion and a disgrace to scratch at the walls and pull them out of place. It's not what you really want to do, but something's cooking inside of you. I'm a million miles away, but I'm right here. Oh, I'm a million miles away, I'm still here. It's the lie I cannot take. It's only things that don't matter anyway. Makes me so mad I could split in two, so you could see the mud buried in my roots. Below the watermark is where my family lives. Below the watermark is where my history is. Buried deep down in the mud, I wish so bad I could dig it up, but I'm a million miles away and I'm sending them my love. I'm a million miles away and I'm sending them my love.
So, Nia, could you hear us?
Yes. Can you hear me?
Yes. Did you hear yourself singing?
Yay.
Do you hear the thunder that's roaring above my head?
It's so loud.
All right. I wonder if you're related to this person right here.
Aw, that's my beautiful sister, Robin.
Why would I ever think that?
Aw.
I have no idea. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like we got, I better knock on wood. It looks like we got the bugs ironed out of whatever the problem was. And Nia can hear us and we can hear her and she could hear herself singing and we could hear her singing. So hopefully we'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll listen to the thunder, and we'll listen to the music, and we'll listen to what this lady has to say. Hey, Nia, uh, back in September of last year, I had you on the radio, and you were getting ready. Uh, oh, I love that thunder sound. You were getting ready to go on a tour in New Zealand in February, and off you went. Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, I was so excited that I had some fans over there. I booked the tour myself, which was exciting. And the main thing was I wanted to meet more artists like myself. So I actually did a gig at the Wonder Bar, which is in Littleton. So you fly into Auckland when you go to New Zealand. So we had to fly from the North Island to the South Island to this gig. And I had three lovely songwriters open for me. And that was huge. I just loved it. And I stayed in touch with them. And hopefully they'll come and play over here. That would be amazing too.
You went there in February. How long was you there?
13 days.
13 days. And you were so gracious to give us some pictures. Beautiful.
Yay. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. Uh,
Yeah.
Now, February, our winter time, that's their summertime.
Exactly. So it's like the end of their summer. So things weren't as green, but it was gorgeous and nice and warm. It was perfect. Could Oh wow, right?
Isn't that beautiful? My, oh
Yeah.
my. Was that your first time there?
Yes, it was. I will definitely go back. I love it so much. The people are so nice. Um I'll play all those clubs again, and I'm gonna spend more time at the beach though, because this was amazing. The beaches were unreal.
They look absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, they're
When
fun to float around in.
when you were there, uh, describe the places that you played. Were they bigger cities, smaller towns, rural areas? What was the layout like?
Okay, well, the smaller gig was in Littleton, and that was just a tiny town, but it was a like a shipping town. So it was gorgeous. We got to stay in this beautiful place, and all the ships were there, and the sky amazing. And then we also played Christchurch, which is a big city,
Mm.
and that's the city that got the earthquake damage. So there was still a little devastated from that still. And then, but it's a nice, beautiful city. We played right downtown, so we had a lot of locals at that one that like to hang downtown. And then Auckland was amazing. If you can ever go anywhere, go to Auckland because it's a big city that has all these ferries that you can take out to the islands. And you could just spend forever in Auckland. They have every food from every place all over the world. And we had a really awesome gig there. We did it in this downtown area where people, they can walk to wherever they want to eat or what they want to see. And so you do get a lot of locals that live right in the area that come to these clubs. And they're so kind and great audience.
The people were friendly. You found the people very
Oh,
friendly.
so friendly. Like if you're just like walking around and you don't look like you know what you're doing, they will come up to you and say, "Can I help you? How can I help you?" And it's just like, and then this happened to us when we went to that island that I have the picture of. Then she said, "Well, how would you like to get around the island?" And I said, "Well, you could use electric bikes." She had electric bikes. She drove us to her house to use her electric bikes. It was unreal. The kindness. Love it.
You know, Nia, I'm here in Delaware, and I have I walk around like I don't know what I'm doing all the time, and I'm always having people say, "Can I help you?" And I'd say, "Yeah, well, yeah, I'd appreciate it if I could figure out what kind of help I really need." But I get the gist of what you're saying. Uh, Friendly people, just take you in a heartbeat, share with you.
Yeah.
What were some of the when you were playing? What was some of the reactions of the people?
They really sat and listened to the words and what I was saying, and they said they really loved how beautiful the music was and how they could just sit and enjoy it. And it was, I don't know, rhythmic. So they tapped their toes and danced a little. So I think they like that I got a little New Orleans style in me. A little bit of funk goes a long way.
What about your equipment? I gathered that between the gigs might have been some distance as far as mileage goes. How did
Yeah.
you manage getting your equipment from one place to the other, or did you use equipment in those places?
Well, I made sure they had at least a PA wherever I went, so we could plug directly into the PA with a DI box. And we had our two guitars. We brought extra microphones, but typically wherever we went, we were pretty much set up. Especially that little town in Wonderbar, they gave us an apartment to stay in, which was so amazing. And then they like totally set us up with all our sound. It was great, really great, above and beyond.
And you got to meet other artists there.
Yeah. So I sent you some pictures. One of the ladies that opened for me was Lynette Diaz. There she is, and she's amazing. She her songwriting is so deep and heartfelt, and her voice is great. She sings all around town, and she also won an award recently for her writing. I'm proud to know her.
And what about this lady?
Yes, that's Kate Owens, and she her music is very intense and thoughtful, and so she put on a performance that was intense and thoughtful, and I was excited to have her there, and she's actually got a really great following there as well too, so she's pretty famous there.
And then there's this.
Yes, okay, so this is Michelle Ducre that's down in the corner there. Oh boy, can she sing? Oh man, she's kind of like Stevie Nicks. Um, has a Stevie Nicks kind of vibe, very rock chick kind of voice. And her and I stay in touch, and she really does want to come over to the States and play. And she's actually gigging in New Zealand right now already, even though they do have a resurgence going on. She
Mhm.
did get to play some live shows.
So you left New Zealand after what, 13, 14, 15 days, uh, headed back to the States. So you must have gotten back here just before this thing came down upon us. Is that right?
Well, I actually went to New Orleans right after I got back. Literally went to New Orleans for like 2 days later when I got back and went to Mardi Gras. And it was right after Mardi Gras that everything really went down and got shut down. And so that was really intense to have gone to a place I've always wanted to go and dreamt of going to, and then also go to Mardi Gras. It was the best Mardi Gras I ever had. And then COVID, I was just really, I was thrown down on the ground just like everybody else. Very depressing.
Now you grew up just east of New Orleans.
Yeah.
And I won't even try to say what the name of it is because I'll tear it up. But
Chalmette.
yeah,
Chalmette.
yeah, that's it. You got it. Whatever that is. Yes, you got it. You got it. But I mentioned to you before last year when you was on the radio. Uh, you got your start this has always fascinated me about singers, musicians, so on and so forth. So many of them got their start in the church. And you're no
Yes.
exception, are you?
No, I tell you, I don't think I'd be the singer I am today if I hadn't started singing with my faith. I think you have to have faith in everything you sing. So people say I sing from the heart, and I always have. I don't know any other way to sing. So I'm grateful for it. I'm really grateful. Actually, when I get back to New Orleans, I'm going to be singing in church again. I'm excited to get in a choir. That'll be fun.
Hold that thought about the church and singing in the choir,
Yeah.
because we'll be right back after.
I was raised, I was raised, I was raised below sea level, down at the mouth of the Mississippi Delta. A little Italian girl with the voice of a lion and the soul of a dove, soul of a dove. Moved away when I was only 19 to Maui to live out my dreams. Fell in love with a boy back in New Orleans. I moved back, had this child before I was 23. Before I was 23. When I think about my Crescent City, and I need a little TLC from the family. I get the New Orleans blues. I get the New Orleans blues. I moved to Oregon, had my daughter, named her after the moon. Bella Luna, she would be born in a farmhouse in Junction City, yeah. Born in a farmhouse in Junction City, yeah, yeah. I never felt something so beautiful than the love for my daughter. Had to take me back to Crescent City, 'cause I need and I need a little TLC from the family. I got the New Orleans blues. I live now in the Colorado Rockies. Got some land up on Humboldt Creek. Living large with my hubby and my kitty. We're just living a dream. Yeah, baby, we're just living a dream. But when I walk in my Crescent City, give me a fried shrimp po' boy. I go down to the cafe, but do more to get my beignets, to get my beignets. When I'm yearning, oh, when I'm yearning.
And that is the music of Nia Nolting. Wow. You're listening to the George Espinlove Show, and we have with us tonight on camera. Yesterday we had her on radio, and you could hear her, and you could listen to her music. Tonight we have her live on camera, and you can see her, and you can listen to her music. And I welcome each and every one of you that have tuned in, and for those that will tune in later. Nia, did I read correctly? It was like 5 years old you started singing?
That's right. Started singing in the church. Um, I had a really pure voice, like a little angel when I started. So I was, they made me. I had to sing on everything. Basically, they were like, "Oh, we got a little angel voice." So I sang in all the little church plays that we did and everything. It was so cute. And then we would go around sing carols, and I would sing Silent Night for everyone. That was my hit. Everybody loves Silent Night.
So when did you really like step out in front of the choir? Did Was there a point that you stepped out in front of the choir and the choir kind of like backed you up and you was singing out front, or no?
Yeah. I wasn't that much older. Maybe I was about 8 or 9. But they would have me sing that Silent Night song solo by myself, and have me sing by myself also, like when we would go out singing, caroling, and things like that, and all the plays for sure. Yeah.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, about the age of 15, if I read correctly,
Yeah.
she got her own gig. And it just so happened that she looked older than she was. Uh, and she became this good little Catholic girl going to Catholic school, right?
Right.
During the day, and she was a rock star at night. Am I telling the story right?
You're telling it right. It's so true. I was playing in clubs at night, and then I was in an all-girl Catholic school during the day, St. Mary's Dominican. Yeah, I played in quite a few clubs there, and if I say it on on camera here, maybe they'll get in trouble because I was so young. But my favorite place was I got to play Muddy Waters, and that was amazing. And it's since closed down. I just remember being a young girl, and it was like a big ceiling. It was open, so when you hit a note, it just wow, it just resonated all the way up the building. I just remember that the most. It was gorgeous.
Now, I need to ask you this. It's a good little Catholic girl in school during the day, playing the clubs at night. Now,
Yeah.
how long did this happen? How long did this go on before somebody caught wind, or didn't they ever catch wind?
Yeah. I was in a high school band, and we ended up playing like a festival there, and they wrote me in the paper as one of the women in rock, and I was only like maybe 16, 17 years old. They thought I was a woman. It's just a girl.
Did any of the appropriate people at the Catholic school, uh, any of them ever call you on the carpet or question you or give you that
um,
look?
okay, so I learned my lesson when I was younger that if they knew I could sing, they would have me singing all kinds of stuff that maybe I didn't want to sing, I guess. So I didn't tell anyone in high school. It was on the down low until my senior year when I sang at the talent show. And I sang Sinead O'Connor's Last Day of Our Acquaintance, which is a wild song to sing. Of course, I didn't win because it's it was an in your face kind of song. But then the teachers were mad because they were like, "You went all these years and you never told us you could sing like that? That's not fair." What can I say? I had to go out with a bang.
But you couldn't tell them that, oh, I was singing all these years. It just wasn't here. Uh,
Right?
I had a
I would have
different,
been in more trouble.
I had a different venue and a different audience to perform in front of. I think that's amazing. And
Aw.
all during this time, uh, nighttime singing in the clubs, daytime going to Catholic school, uh, that that fire of music was burning in your soul. I mean, the more you sang, the more you performed, the more it burned. Is that how it worked?
Yeah, well, I started writing in high school, and that's really where the fire started even more so for me. I think I had seen an interview with it was Stevie Nicks, and she said to the lady females out there, female musicians, she said, the best thing for you to do is to write, to get to writing music. And so I did. And that's really been the fire, getting bands together and doing originals. And I'm really lucky that I've been able to play with so many amazing musicians. They like my style, and then they'll come and play with me, and these are people from that have gone to Berkeley, and here's little Nia who's never taken a lesson. So it was intimidating at first, but they taught me a lot, and I grew. And you can't really grow as an artist unless you're playing with a whole bunch of different people.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it makes you better, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, here we go.
Smoke billows up from your cup. Sunlight trickles in like a soft rain. Peaceful warm kisses on my skin. And I don't have to push, and I don't have to ride, and I don't have to try. It all comes easy. It all comes easy. Yeah, like a morning high. Down the lazy river, the Mississippi side. An alligator smiles as a pirogue rolls by. Jazz in my footsteps, spice in my eyes. And I don't have to push, and I don't have to ride, and I don't have to try, 'cause it all comes easy. It all comes easy, yeah, like a morning high. There is no distance I wouldn't go no destination I wouldn't roll. 'Cause it all comes easy. 'Cause it all comes easy. Yeah. 'Cause it all comes easy. Like a morning high. Time winds around and slowly down. The crescent city sleeps as the lights go out. It's my favorite time of night, your hand in mine. And I don't have to push, and I don't have to ride, and I don't have to try, 'cause it all comes easy. It all comes easy, yeah. 'Cause it all comes easy, yeah. Like a morning high.
Like a morning high. That is easy listening.
Yay.
I don't know if I told you yesterday. I mentioned something about it. I can't remember from 1 minute to the next. But anyhow, that's the kind of music that you can sit down, kick back, and just kind of close your eyes and just take a big deep breath and relax.
Yeah. Make
I
you feel better.
Yeah, I like that. I like that kind of music. Let me see if I can do this thing right without blowing it up. We'll put her website up here. This is Nia's website. Let's see if we get it up there big. That's about as big as we can get it. But anyhow, here is her homepage. Just go to Nia. Yeah, right. I'll get it.
NiaMusic.com.
NiaMusic.com. Okay. And there you can see, read, listen, all about it. If people want to get your music, where do they go?
They can come to this page. It's also up on Spotify, Amazon, and iTunes. So you can find it just about anywhere. But if you do it through my website, it's a little better for me.
Okay. And I would encourage people, please, especially in this time, because I mentioned it on the radio yesterday and I've said it so many times. These are difficult times for singers, writers, musicians. This is their livelihood, ladies and gentlemen. You might build houses for a living, or you're a mechanic and work on vehicles, or any other skilled professions that's out there. You might be a lawyer, you might be this, you might be that. This is their livelihood. This is what they do. This is how they make a living each and every day. The same as you and I do things to make a living. So don't only just go someplace and download their music and put it on your playlist. Go purchase it. Because Nia, and I've talked to many artists lately, the music industry has taken a hit like many other industries, but the music entertainment business has taken a hit. No venues are open, no live gigs, no traveling, no tours. It has really walloped the music industry, if I could use that word, right?
Yeah, definitely. I agree. What I'm hearing through the grapevine is that the big venues, of course, are going to be closed, but also the people that are really going to be able to play are just like solo artists or maybe duos, because it's going to be too difficult to have like full bands, and how are they going to get paid? I mean, it, it's uh it's definitely a conundrum, and it's not like musicians weren't already struggling, because we tend to struggle because people, I wish that they had more appreciation for the work that goes into what we do, because like it takes me 2 years to write a song and then produce it, but sometimes people don't even want to give you $1 for it. So it's been tough for musicians for years. This is like the clincher, though. I'm praying hard that, especially my musician friends here in Denver and in New Orleans, can pull out of this. And I don't know how that's going to happen. I wish I had an answer for sure.
When
But
I had,
people like
go ahead.
the people on your show and people that watch live, when you give your money directly to the artist, they get more of the money, and that helps. So if you want to help artists directly, and I think that will give us a little boost here and there. It could be the difference between someone hawking their instrument and not. So it's worth it if you want to keep the music going.
When I had Remus on here a couple of weeks ago, Remus Tucker out of Denver, I asked him, uh, you know, when the venues were open, when the performers were performing, the bands, the singers, all these things, and people were going here, there, and everywhere, and the music was flowing. Uh, when people go to those places and we see the artist come out on the stage and start to perform, we are seeing a polished product appearing in
Yeah.
front of us. What many of us fails to see and realize is the tremendous amount of work that went on back there for weeks, days, perhaps months before they stepped out on the stage for that particular performance. We take so much for granted, but there is an enormous amount of work and effort, and if I might use the term, blood, sweat, and tears
Yeah.
in this business, trying to get it where you know in your heart that it's right where you want it, uh, getting it perfected, polished, and a finished product. There is a tremendous amount of work involved uh, in producing just one song, right?
Exactly. And then you got to copyright it, and that costs a pretty penny. That actually just went up, the price to copyright. And then you've got to produce it, which, you're talking thousands of dollars. People just aren't paying for CDs anymore, so a lot of artists are going towards merchandise, like shirts and hats and stuff, and that really helps for sure.
It it just grieves me as I sit and think uh, here in Delaware, the different venues and the places that are just they're shut down, empty.
Yeah.
Uh, where you used to hear sounds, melodies coming from those places, uh,
Yeah.
foot stomping, finger snapping, head bobbing, booty shaking music.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not there. It's not there. And I'm thinking, my goodness gracious, uh, whatever this thing is, somehow, some way, but within the music industry and the entertainment business, and people have become very what's the word, ingenious in coming up with ways to continue on. But there's nothing like going into a pack filled venue somewhere where the band is just kicking up the dust, uh, and people are mingling and dancing and singing and just having a good time. There's nothing like it, is there?
No, I mean that collective energy and everybody's feeding off each other. I remember going to Red Rocks and Beck was playing, and he had the audience sing like three different parts of a song, and then we all did it together, and it was one of the best moments I've ever had, and that's because everybody was participating. And yeah, it's rough. It's rough to think we can't have that right now. I'm wondering if maybe we will end up doing more like private events with smaller, like just maybe house parties, and then maybe having a solo artist or duo or trio come and play, something like that. Hopefully, where we can at least start smaller, with, so we don't all like miss music so much we just can't take it anymore.
Yeah, Nia, look, I, I'll be 72 next month, and
Yeah,
I've been around the block a few times, and there are a lot of nutcases out here. I mean, just buku, buku nutcases out here without music. Uh, you
yeah,
know, I mean,
yeah,
people just go more buggier than they already are, and
yeah.
I think it's just so sad. We can only sit in our houses and listen to music so long.
Yeah.
There comes a time where you have to get out, whether it's in church or up the street, around the corner, someplace. You've got to get out, and you've got to be amongst people, and you've got to hear that music, be part of the music. The music's in you, and the whole nine yards. There's a lot of depression, heartache, chaos, confusion
Mm-hmm.
that's going on right now in all the industries. Don't you agree?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. I really worry about uh, the musicians that even have it harder, like the disabled ones. Because there are a lot of musicians that are partially disabled, and then also, some musicians could be homeless at this point, and that's just devastating to me. Devastating, and the depression is so deep. We need music because it's medicine to our souls, to our spirits, and without it, we are lost. It says a lot. It says a lot to me, and that thought alone has warmed me up just to know that music really is that important. So I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping and praying for all the musicians and everybody that's struggling in their industry. I don't know what else to do but pray hard, George.
That's right. That's right. I've always said, give me two things: give me a baby and give me
Oh,
music, and I'll be happy. Because I don't care.
yay.
I don't care. And I found this in my life. I'm speaking for myself, but you can have a downer of a day. Everything's coming up crooked and wrong. The sun's not shining. The birds aren't singing. The grass isn't growing. You're down in the molly grubs. You're discombobulated. And all of a sudden, you run into this little kid, and all of a sudden, just instant warm fuzzy feeling comes over you when you see them laugh, or when they reach for you, or when they smile, or when they goo goo and do all that stuff. And then you throw some good music in on top of that, all them things just disappear. So
Right.
yes, we need to pray, 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 pray. That's I believe with all my heart that's our only answer.
Praying all day, every day. I have faith. I do. I have that song, Pathetic Optimist, because I am the pathetic optimist. I'm always optimistic. I still have faith that we're gonna pull through this, and we'll be better for it. We'll be more appreciative. And boy, the next time we all get to go out to a big venue and be among our music buddies and friends, it's going to be the best concert we've ever been to.
Oh yeah, yeah. There's a lot of pent up energy uh, that that's in here that needs to be out there. So besides that, we got to go pay the rent.
Got other things across my mind. Gotta get out before I die. It's time to face the facts. That once you start, you can't turn back. It's time to face the truth. But who am, what I need to do. But who am, what I need to do. I ain't got no money, ain't got no money to pay the rent. Ain't got no money, ain't got the money to pay the rent. Left my soul on the devil's floor. For one bear in the kitchen door. Had to see what that was about. Without some man playing me out. Soon became clear to me. They just wanted me to have their babies. They just wanted me to have some babies. Ain't got no money, I ain't got no money to pay the rent. Ain't got no money, I ain't got the money to pay the Well, devil came for me to pay. I begged and pleaded all damn day. He told me I'd have to choose, and I would have to lose. So I emptied up all I had to give. He decided to let me live. He decided to let me live. He said, you ain't got the money, you ain't got the money to pay the rent. You ain't got the money, you ain't got the money to pay the rent. You ain't got the money, you ain't got the money to pay the rent. Ain't got no money, you ain't got the money to pay the rent.
Yeah, you don't got no money to pay the rent.
That's right.
Now what are you gonna do? You don't got no money to pay the rent. Oh boy, that's one of my favorites, by the way. I just love
Yay.
that. Yeah. I feel bad that they ain't got no money to pay the rent, but I like the tune. I like the tune. Uh,
Yeah,
Nia,
I'm a lemonade maker, George. I make lemonade.
oh, that'll work. That'll work. Uh, before I forget, I want you to do me a favor, and I want you to tell your family that I send my love and I say hello, and I especially want you to tell Dad that
Yeah.
I ask about him because
Okay.
remember last year we had him on the radio with us.
Yeah.
Wasn't it on the radio? Yeah, yeah, uh,
Yeah.
yeah. We had him on the radio with us. So please, please tell everybody that I send my love and I say hello, and especially Dad. You tell Dad.
Oh,
I like
definitely. Poppy. Poppy will hear.
I like that. He's cool. He's cool.
He way cool.
Yeah, us old fellows, we need to stick together anyhow. But anyways, so before we get on out of here and we leave here with playing Beyond, uh,
Yay.
a lot of have you been working on a lot of new music, writing new songs during this
Oh,
time?
oh yeah. When heavy stuff like this is going on, I'm always writing. It's my survival mechanism. So I have an EP that I'm going to finish as soon as we can fly in Boston, and that's a 5-song EP. And then I'm also working on Hands Up Hooray, that 10-song album that I'm gonna finish. I'm gonna just do my best to keep going no matter what. I'm very tenacious. I think most musicians are. Um, I just don't want anybody to give up because we're gonna make it through. That's the truth.
Yeah, and always remember, just about the time that you give up could be the time that the answer comes. And then
Exactly when it comes.
that would make me so mad. I mean, that would just that would make me spit sideways if I gave up and then within the next 20 minutes the answer came, and I would be standing on the outside looking in where the answer is, where I should have been. Oh man, oh man. So please,
Perfect irony.
yeah, please don't give up. Please don't give up. Grandma used to tell me, tie a knot and hang on. I'd say, yeah, but
Yeah.
what happens when I run out of rope? She said, hang on anyhow. I'd say, okay, all right, okay. Don't give up. Don't give up. There's people that cares about you. They think about you. They love you. They're praying for you. Please don't give up. Reach out. Reach out to somebody if you're having a struggle, if you're going through a dark spot, walking through a deep valley. Reach out to somebody. Call somebody and say, "Look, man, I'm having one heck of a time. I need somebody to help me walk down this path. You don't got to stay with me forever. Just walk down a few feet with me. Get me through this hard spot." You'd be surprised. There's people out there that'll listen to you and feel you and walk with you until you see the sunshine again. And so
Aw.
that's Espen Love's words of little bit of wisdom that he might have. It don't last long, but nonetheless. Hey, I want to tell everybody, my eye, it's on camera, it's always the opposite. But my eye, right here. Now, I asked Mrs. Espenlaub today, I said, what did you do to my eye last night? And, it's like asking your kid, who did this? Not me. I didn't do nothing. I said, did you bust me one last night? No, I didn't bust. I said, you laid an elbow on me. No, I didn't. I said, okay. She said, a bug bit you. And I'm allergic to those little no bugs. I call them no-see bugs. They nip you and I get an allergic reaction to it. But yeah, so until I find the right answer, I am proclaiming that Mrs. Espenlaub laid an elbow on me last night, and that's my story, and I'm sticking up to it. I'm pretty brave when she's not around, but when I leave the studio and hook up with her, she might lay one on the other eye. I don't know, but so be it. After 52 years, I've learned to bob and weave, but she got fast hands. I mean, she can lay one on you in a heartbeat. I don't know where all that stuff came from, but nonetheless, Nia, God bless you, your
You
family,
too, George.
your endeavors, and everything that you do. Man, it's just been a real treat. Spent 2 days with you. It was lovely. It was lovely,
Aw.
and
Mwah.
we're gonna do this again. We're gonna do this again. Guaranteed, we're gonna do this again. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go out of here with this right here. Thank you.
Down below in the ocean, deep down in the sea, swimming with the dolphin is where you will find me. You will find me. You will find me. You will find waiting there, spinning there, waiting there. High above the mountains, way up in the air, flying with the thunderbird, about to take flight. You will find me, you will find me, you will find me flying there, spinning there, lighting there. Beyond the solar system, way beyond the universe, floating a particle of matter to infinity from reverse. You will find me, you will find me, you will find me flying there, spinning there, waiting there. Beyond all space and time.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, friends, Romans, and countrymen. So whether you're down the street, around the corner, across America, or somewhere around this great big world, yep, we've got people that watches and listens overseas. Well, I guess there's 12, 15 different countries now that's tuned in, listened in. Uh, so thank you. Thank you for taking the time tonight. Robin, thank you for your comment. Thank you for your compliment. And it'll stay up here and you can come and see it again. So from me, Charlie, Mrs. Gertrude, Duflicky, Ernestine, Harvey, and the whole gang here at the Funny Farm, we thank you for taking the time to tune in. Nia, I love you.
Love ya.
Stay in touch. Tell everybody I said hello, and I'll talk at you later. Good night,
All right.
everybody.